What up, brothers and sisters, and welcome to MTG Malone with me, MTG Malone. And today we're playing a completely non-creature tribal. Before we get... somebody's making some noise out there. I'm working here. Alright, before we get into the deck, if you're new to the channel or you're one of those people who watch my videos but aren't subscribed yet, now's your chance. Push that little subscription button down there and you will get informed whenever one of my daily videos comes out. Also, one of my videos from last week just exploded. I don't know what it was. If you come here from that video, maybe you can tell me. So I know how to make better videos in the future, but let's get into this. I have been tired that all of my creatures get removed as soon as I put them on the field. So I said to myself, I don't want to play creatures anymore. Well, I need to have some creatures, but I just play non-creature spells. So this is the non-creature tribal. And this deck, let me tell you something. I have recorded this before, and I should have kept the recording because somebody's making noise outside. I hope you can't hear it. But something crazy happened. So I've been ranking up yesterday before the finals came up. So if you have seen the finals, those were crazy. And it showed you that, yeah, the shuffler works as intended, I guess, because Autumnbird Chat drew nothing but lands for 2 whole games. Nothing but lands. That was crazy. But yeah, I ranked up into Diamond yesterday. And yeah, as you can see, I get sidetracked easily. And so I played against number 135, I think, in world ranking, from Mythic rank, as a Diamond 4 player. Don't know what happened there. How the game went? I don't want to tell you now. You can check out the video. Which game was it? I'm not gonna tell you now, so you can watch the video. But let's get into the deck. This deck circles around 3 very important cards to get you those wins. One of those is the Ominousy. And yeah, if you just look at this beautiful Kraken, the coloration, that eyeball that looks right into your soul. Ugh, happens every time I see this card. So with 3 Ominousy in here, if you don't know the card, you can cycle it for 2 and you get a card. But if it's on the field, whenever you draw a card, you get a foreshadow counter on it. And as soon as there are 8 foreshadow counters on it, you can remove them. The Ominousy stays, so you don't have to sacrifice it. You just sacrifice the counters. And as soon as the 8 counters are removed, you get an 8/8 Kraken. So, when do you want to do this? In your opponent's end step. So as soon as your turn starts, you have a Kraken that is ready to attack. If you do it during your turn, well, there's more chance for your opponent to remove it. It will have summoning sickness, and so, yeah. Why should you do it? So, if you don't know the card, use the counters in your opponent's end step. Then we have the good old Shark Typhoon over here. Oh yes, I love this card, and if you have seen yesterday's finals, everybody loves this shark. Because it is in almost every blue deck and it belongs there, because those flying sharks are freaking good. So, if you hardcast this, which maybe will come up, if you hardcast this for 6, whenever you play a non-creature spell, you get an XX shark, where X is that spell converted mana cost. And as I've told you before, this is the non-creature tribal, so we can make a lot of big-ass sharks. And they will be flying in. Yeah, those sharks are flying. Why shouldn't they be? It's a Shark Typhoon. This is Ikoria, don't ask me. They had some very freaking cool creatures with very freaky ideas. So, this flying shark is very good. But you can also cycle it for 1 in a blue and X. And you will get an XX shark. And when you cycle it, you draw a card, which triggers your Ominousy. But my absolutely favorite card of all times, oh baby, I love you so much, is the Kiora Bests the Sea God. Oh yes, this card is just so good, so good. So you create an 8/8 blue Kraken. Yeah, you can see we have like an aquatic theme here, subnautical theme. Well, the shark is Surnautical. I don't even know how you call something like that, but it's a flying shark. But with this you get a Kraken, an 8/8 Kraken with hexproof. So even if they have removal, won't affect the Kraken. They need something like a board wipe, like an extinction event, like this verdict card that exiles all cards for 3 and less on the battlefield, all creature cards and from your graveyard. So they will need that. If they don't have that, that Kraken is freaking nice. In your second turn after this out, you tap all non-land permanents your opponent control. So, creatures, mana rocks, planeswalkers, I mean you tap them, nothing happens, but you tap them, so that is very good. And in your third chapter, you gain control of a target permanent an opponent controls. No matter what, you can take everything. You can take their Ambercleave, you can take their Ugin, I mean, maybe they have an Ugin, who knows. And you can even take a freaking land. So, you ramp, they don't. That is very nice. And if they have nothing on the board, if you're playing a control matchup, stealing one of their lands, or maybe even their Midnight Clock or something like that, it just feels so good. Oh, I can't express how good it feels. The rest of the deck helps us getting there. It just helps us getting to big sharks, getting to big Krakens, getting to other big Krakens with very extensive... Oh man, this Kraken looks right into my soul. Let's get it out of here. So, we have shocks for these small creatures, only 2 of them, because most creatures have a bigger booty. We have Spikefield Hazards for those very small creatures, but it also exiles them. I told you in another of my videos before, this card is very nice against Croxas. If the Croxa sacrifices itself and you throw a Spikefield Hazard onto it, it gets exiled. And we love that. Get out of here, Croxa. We don't want you. What else? Let's get over the red cards first and then we talk about the blue cards. Then we have the Scorching Dragonfire. This card is one of the best removals out there. Yes, there's an argument to be made that I should have put the one in that cycles a card if you need to, for the Ominous Sea, but this exiles everything. Same argument as the Spikefield Hazard, you can throw this onto a Croxa and it will just die. You can throw this onto an Ox and it's gone. It's exiled. And that is the good part. So, if they have a Phoenix and they come back with the Phoenix of the Ashes, it will be a 3/3. You can exile this with the Scorching Dragonfire if you didn't do it before. It's just perfect. The Ox of Agonas, it dies to this. And they can't cycle it anymore. And that is just what we want. If something is gone, should be gone for good. We don't want to see it in here. We have a Storm's Wrath for those board wipe and creature spells, so we can board wipe creatures and planeswalkers. And that is very useful. Because we don't have that many creatures out, and if we do, they're really big. This is a very nice removal. Then we have some Shadow Skull Smashings. Also is a very good removal, targets everything. Planeswalkers, creatures, well, doesn't target players, so almost everything, 2 out of 3. That's good enough for me. And you choose X, and then you deal the X damage to target creature or planeswalker, up to 2 of them. So if there's 2 MtgA Innkeepers, for 4 you can get rid of them. And if X is 6 or more, it doubles up. So if there's big boys on the field, you can take care of those. So those were the red cards. Very fun. It's our removal in this deck. And it's very useful. But sometimes you don't even want things to hit the board. And that's why we have some Essence Scatters in here. Counters target creature spells. We have Jwari Disruptions. Just like the Spikefield Hazard and the Shadow Skull Smashing. Also works as a land if you need it. And nobody plays around this. They should. They absolutely should. But with this, you get them. Each and every time. Then you have the Negate for non-creature spells. So those Ugins can get right out of here. And we have the Neutralize, which is my favorite counter spell of all times. Because if you don't need it, you can still cycle it. I mean, are there situations where you don't need it? Well, there are situations where you need something else even more. And with this, you can find it. Card draw is very important. That's why we also have 4 Frantic Inventories in this deck to trigger the Ominous Sea. Because first one will give you 1 card, the second one will give you 2, then 3, then 4. And with that, you have your Ominous Sea out in no time. I mean, it triggers in every one of your upkeeps, but it also triggers when you draw cards. With the Shark Typhoon, with the Frantic Inventory, if you cycle your Neutralize. And because this deck relies heavily on having a full hand the most of the time, we have 3 Midnight Clocks in here. This is also one of my favorite cards of all time. It is a mana rock, and as soon as you hit the 12th hour counter, you get a fresh hand, your graveyard gets back into your deck, so even if you get milled, this card is just nice. It's the only card that really saves you from milling in this expansion, so until next expansion, we will rely heavily on this against those rogue decks. So, in each of your upkeeps, you get an hour counter, and as soon as there's 12, pooh, you get a new set of hand. Then a very clutch card in here is the Sublime Epiphany. Some people call it brain on a cake, cake on a brain, whatever you want to call it. It is freaky. It is freaky. So, with this, you can choose one or all of them. Or 2 or 3, as many as you want. But the first mode says counter a target spell. Second one says counter target activated or triggered ability. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. And the target player draws a card. Why wouldn't you target yourself? Who knows. But let's get over these modes. So, counter target spell? That's pretty obvious. Counter target triggered or activated ability? Well, let's just say they have an MtgA Innkeeper out. They play a Questing Beast, yeah right, a Bone Crusher Giant. You just counter the Bone Crusher Giant, but you also counter the card draw from the MtgA Innkeeper. Mwah. Amazing. And if you have a Shark out or whatever, you can create a copy of that. Because even if you have a Kraken out with that, hexproof doesn't affect you. So you can still target stuff. And then you just return the MtgA Innkeeper to their hand. So not only do they lose a spell, they lost a creature on the field, and they didn't draw a card. And that is very, very good for us. So, land-wise, we have 7 Bob Ross Islands, we have 5 Bob Ross Mountains, we have 4 pathways, the Lava Glide and the River Glide. I mean, who would glide over lava? It must just be hot. But that is why they're riding over the river after that, so they can cool down. And we have 2 Triumphs. We don't play white, but you can cycle this. Also works very well with the Ominous Sea. So, those games are very fun with this deck. It is not your typical deck that you see around a lot, so you will have a lot of fun. No creatures, removal, get out of here. And this game against one of the top 200 in the world, trust me, you want to see that craziness. And until then, I will see you in the games. Alright, it's a beautiful Monday. We're up against Steven. We have a counter spell, we have a disruption. Our opponent goes first, but we have a lot of lands and these beautiful Bob Ross lands. Alright, we keep that hand. Keep it like there's no tomorrow. Are we up against rogues in our first freaking game? Nope, we aren't. Okay. So are we up against Dimir Control in our first freaking game? Yep. This sure as hell is Dimir Control. Okay, let's get the Ominous Sea out here. And get a big boy as soon as possible. Oh, it is Big Black Control. Yeah, okay, look at our hand. You scumbag. Alright. We have some Frantic Inventories. Those are nice. And we will use them. Make a big boy as soon as possible. Oh, here's a Kiora Best Seagull. That's just sweet. That is so sweet. So I don't think that the disruption will be useful anymore. Now that he knows that we have it, he will surely play around it. But soon our Frantic Inventory will draw us something nice. His Crawling Barrens get bigger and bigger, but we have the Ominous Sea. And soon we also have the Kiora Best Seagull, so we're good. Are you attacking in for 4 here? He is not. But he spent his turn like this. Okay. Well, you do you, opponent. You do you. Okay. Another Kiora Best of Seagod. That is very sweet. Very sweet indeed. So we're at 5. Only 2 more turns and we can crack it like there's no tomorrow. So he's on 6. He's not attacking in. Okay, very good. Another land, not exactly what we want, but we'll take it. We'll take it. So now there's no more cards that he knows of. So that is very nice. Here's a Solemn Simulacrum, eh? Alrighty. Solemn Simulacrum. So he's on Ugin mana now. He sure as hell is on Ugin mana now. Oh, the Midnight Clock. That is very freaking sweet. So this is even. This will be even. Oh yeah. Even if he wants to exile it, we're good. And then I will take his Crawling Barrens. And if he plays an Ugin now, he needs to exile. He needs to put it onto 0, so I'm not too worried here. Oh, I will steal his Crawling Barrens like there is no tomorrow. Okay, well, we make a Kraken here. Yeah, this will get tapped. Eliminate. It's okay. Not too worried about the eliminate. But a Scorching Dragonfire is indeed really nice. Alright. Scorching Dragonfire is nice. I think I get the Midnight Clock out here. Or do I? If he has an Ugin, that would be bad. So we hold back here. If he attacks in with the Crawling Barrens, we have a blocker. And we will steal those. Oh yeah, we will steal those Crawling Barrens. They will be mine. Alright. For now it doesn't look too bad. Does indeed not look too bad. He gets another land, okay. Well, I can still Scorching Dragonfire that. I can still Scorching Dragonfire that land. That Solemn Simulacrum. And he will not even get a card. So that is sweet. So now we can steal his Crawling Barrens. Those are mine now, boy. Those are mine now. Oh, I love this card. Kiora, you're the best card there is. Kiora, the best sea god. Yep, even if you tap it now. And he surrenders. Kiora does it again. Okay, first game went real well. And that on a Monday morning. Opponent goes first again. So, we have an Essence Scatter, Chivalry Disruption and Anomalous Seas together with the Midnight Clock. Looks good. Looks doable. We're up against red. So some removal would be nice. What do we get out here? Let's get a red out too, so he doesn't know what we're doing. And now comes the 2/2 Robber of the Riches. Oh yeah, I knew it. I felt it. I felt it in my bones. Oh, come on. That would have been so nice in my hand. Okay. So we get a blue out here for the Essence Scatter, and soon at least we have the Storm's Wrath. And if he plays something, we have the Chivalry Disruption, we have the Essence Scatter. Yeah, we have the Essence Scatter. They're not stealing any more of our cards. No, sir. 2 is enough. And a shock. All the good removal. Here's a Spike Field Hazard. Not really what we're looking for. But we get the Midnight Clock out here. So we have enough mana for a Storm's Wrath coming in. Can we turn this around? A Relic Robber. Good thing I have the Storm's Wrath. Good thing I have the Storm's Wrath. Very good. Okay, I get 1 damage here. Ouch. So I think I will put out the Disruption here. Keep up the Spike Field Hazard. And now we'll just Storm's Wrath away. Also takes care of his little token that he created for me. No, sir. Don't want that token on my side. I don't like it. So did we disrupt your game plan already? Fireblade Charger, eh? And a Fervent Champion. Good, we have the Spike Field Hazard. We get the Ominous Sea out now. Or do we? I mean, we can just block with the 2/2 Shark. We can even make a bigger Shark. And drawing a card here would not be so bad. With our Midnight Clock, it will proc very soon. Okay, you can deal 2 damage to my face. I need to take it. He only has 2 cards left in hand. 3 cards. I'm sorry. I didn't look into the future. Here's a Phoenix of Ash. He has a lot of cards in his graveyard, but we can still block it. And take 2 from his little creatures here. So we make a 3/3 Shark and block the Phoenix of Ash. Even drawing a card for our troubles. And we also have Sublime Epiphany mana open, so everything works out very nice here. We're not yet... Oh, we are. We are yet at Kiora Best the Sea God mana. So I am going all in, making a big creature here. It will tap all of his creatures, which is not real good for him. Oh yeah, Kiora does it again. So do you have something to take care of my Shark here? You don't have the 4 mana for your Phoenix of Ash, so I'm not too worried about that. And soon I will even steal your mana. Yeah, that's a big boy. That is indeed a big boy. So those will tap. I get my Ominous Sea out now, do I? No, I need to hold back the Sublime Epiphany. Need to hold it back. And next turn, we are able to steal something of his. So if he has 2 shocks in hand, we still have our Sublime Epiphany to take care of that. So what do you have here? Alright, the Sublime Epiphany. Counter target spell, return non-land, create a token and draw a card. Target a non-land permanent. We target the Fireblade Charger. We target our 3/3 Shark and we target ourselves. So that's GG, opponent. Aggro red, down. Alright, and we even take his Fervent Champion just to add insult to injury. And we get in there. We get in there. Boom! Kiora Best the Sea God. Prevails again. Prevails again. 2 in a row? Not bad. Oh yeah, I ranked up to Diamond yesterday. Forgot to tell you about that. Oh, Lily. So 2 games in a row we went second. Worked out well as well. So, well as it could go. And we're going second again. I see a theme here. But we have 2 Storm's Wrath and Javari Disruption. I think we can do this. Oh, those sleeves are nice. I bought them as well. Yep, I spent my hard-earned gold for sleeves. So we're up against green or Gruul. We will find out very soon. Do we pay the 3 life here? Take care of his... No, we can't. We can't. We need the Spike Field Hazard, sadly, to take care of his creatures. With the Storm's Wrath. Here's a Brushfire Elemental. If we draw red here, which we didn't, we could have, yeah, used our Spike Field Hazard on the Brushfire. But the way it looks like right now, I need to take the 2 here. Did you keep a 2-lander? A Zoolander? It looks like it. Kept a 2-lander. The Madman! Alright. Now we can even think about using the Spike Field Hazard. And seeing that he has a Bone Crusher Giant, I will do it. And I still have the Javari Disruption, so that is very nice. Could have used it here, but I prefer him not knowing about it. So he will get his big boy out. Or he does it like this. Okay. So, no need to Javari Disruption this. Alright, so we use a Storm's Wrath here. We're still looking okay. He has no more cards in hand. He has no more cards in hand. So can we get a little cheeky here? I think we can get a little cheeky here. I mean, we need the mana for Sublime Epiphany as soon as possible. And with the Javari Disruption, we can take care of a Questing Beast, for example. Or whatever he holds in hand. Okay. Okay. So... alright. That is a perfect target for Javari Disruption. So we're a little bit lucky here. Gotta admit, we're a little bit lucky here. So I can put out a second Midnight Clock here and use the Storm's Wrath. And then the coast is clear. And we have 2 Midnight Clocks out. So let's hope he doesn't have a Questing Beast, and even if he does, that's not the worst that could happen. Alright, now we have Sublime Epiphany mana open. That is everything I wanted. Another red land. Okay. Well, it's a Bob Ross land, so it's okay. We will draw a card. We sadly have no creatures out. But I will get the Ominous Sea out before. Here's an Edgar Innkeeper. Yeah, that's not the biggest threat. And a Bone Crusher Giant, so that is a threat. Counter target spell, counter the ability, and we draw a card. So, this goes back to your hand. I draw a card, and you don't. Yeah. The Epiphany is just so freaking amazing. Okay, well, you played your... No, you didn't. Okay. You didn't play your land. So, our Midnight Clock is getting big and strong. We drew another land. But that just makes our Midnight Clock bigger and stronger. So, it's on 7 now. We can proc it onto 9. Okay. This doesn't look too bad right now. Here's a Questing Beast. That is indeed very bad. So we need to put Midnight Clock counters on the clock as soon as possible. Draw as many cards as soon as possible. Oh yeah. Oh, this is just perfect. As long as his last card is not the Embercleave. We are good here. We are good. What are the chances that his last card is an Embercleave? We will find out. We will find out now. Oh, his last card is the Embercleave. Well, last card, Embercleave. I can feel it. I can freaking feel it. And here's a Storm's Wrath. Okay. Well, at least we did our best, but his last card had to be the Embercleave. Yep. Keeping priority, his last card is an Embercleave. Ah, come on, game. What are the chances? What are the chances that his last two cards are a Questing Beast with an Embercleave? So in case it is not an Embercleave, we block the Questing Beast here. But here comes the Embercleave. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. I just knew it. And he played it like this? Okay. I didn't know my opponent was not too smart. Okay, 2-1. 2-1. So the last game was crazy. Should have blocked the other one. But normally, if you put the Embercleave on your Questing Beast, it has Death Touch. So you can... I go first. I go first. So you can, yeah, give 1 damage to each. And then you just run through with your... Okay, we're up against Aggro Red once more. The first game against Aggro Red went real well. We keep up our disruption here. Have another Shark Typhoon. So, what I was about to say. We disrupt that. No need not to. Keep up the shock. What I was about to say is that with the Embercleave on the Questing Beast and the Death Touch, you can give 1 damage to each creature because you decide how you oh no, that needs to go too. How you distribute the damage. So, and you can give 1 damage to each creature. Okay, that is bad. But we have a shock. He doesn't have 3 in his graveyard. So here's another Fervent Champion. Don't like to see that. But if he hasn't anything else, I will just shock it. Or do I... Yeah, I would cycle a Shark Typhoon without any... Oh, I should have done that before the combat. Okay. That was my bad. That was my bad. I was thinking about what I will be doing with the Shark Typhoon. But I need to cycle it here. Find a land. Will you push it even further? No, you don't. You don't. Here comes the Annex. Is the Annex here? Here's the Annex. Okay. Let's hope that we can find a land here. That is not a land. That is also not a land. Oh boy. Oh boy. This hand looks real terrible. Again, no land. Okay. Okay. Well, game, thank you very much. Thank you very much for nothing. Here comes the Embercleave. I can smell it. Yep, here it is. And we didn't draw lands. So we're dead. We're dead already. We have nothing that we could do here. A shock. So, here's a lesson on how to get mana screwed real bad. How to get mana screwed. I mean, we had 3 lands in our... What? 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 Okay, game. Okay. Let's give him the good game. We're playing against an aggro red deck. He has 5 lands. We have 3. What are the chances? What are the freaking chances? That's just how it is. Getting land screwed. Happens to the best. Alright, last game we got a mana screwed real bad. That happens to the best. If you've seen yesterday's finals, you know that even an Autumn Bird chat can draw nothing but land. Okay, we're not going first at all today. Well, once. we went first once, so I shouldn't complain. So these are 3 lands and a Scorching Dragonfire, and we're up against mono white. Well, who knows? We will find out. Yep, this is mono white, but we have a Scorching Dragonfire. We do have it. We keep it back for now. Maybe there's a bigger threat coming down the line. Like the Buzzry Cat? Absolutely not. And the Scorching Dragonfire can take care of the Luminarch Aspirant next turn. Alright, drawing nothing but lands. Okay. So is there a bigger threat than the Luminarch Aspirant? For now there isn't. This one's not too bad. Doesn't do anything on its own, so yeah. Okay, well, thank you game. I like lands, but there's a limit. There is a limit. Well, we have Sublime Epiphany mana here, so that is not too bad. We neutralize him. You can go. You need to go. Absolutely. Yep, very nice. Oh, and now we even have the Scorching Dragonfire open. So if he plays something that I don't like, we have the Scorching Dragonfire open. And I think I will make a 4/4 shark here. Oh, we can't. We only have 5 mana. I will make a 3/3 shark. Draw a card, another Shark Typhoon, and a Storm's Wrath. But now we have Sublime Epiphany mana open. So I get in here. If he plays anything, I will Sublime Epiphany that bad boy so hard. Doesn't play anything. Don't you have anything? Okay, well in that case, let's destroy this. Let's just destroy it. And as it looks like he doesn't have anything, I will try to hard cast my Shark Typhoon. Because that's what everybody wants to see. A hard cast Shark Typhoon. And if he plays anything, we still have our Storm's Wrath in the worst case. We'll kill our Shark Typhoon too, but who cares? A Banishing Light. Well, was kind of to be expected. But we still have our Sublime Epiphany open. And we get in for 3 every round. Can't even make a token here. And if he wants to play anything, we have the Sublime Epiphany. Lurrus? No way. So we return it to his hand. And we draw a card. We do all the good stuff. So, target non-land permanent, target a creature I control, target a player. Thank you very much. So you can play the Heliod again if you want, but that is just too bad for you. And we draw Midnight Clock. That is something that I like very much. So we play the Midnight Clock here. We're getting in for 3, and we have a Neutralize open. Or the Frantic Inventories. So, is this GG opponent? Is this GG overrun by sharks? The Sublime Epiphany? Did it all work out real well? I'm really not too worried about that. Oh yeah, wait. He gets life back. No. If you play the Linden here and you tag in with the Heliod, you get 1 life back. And we did it! We did it! Go home, aggro white. Go home. Alright, let's do one last game here. See how it goes. Can it go well? You've seen, even if you draw a lot of lands, that is better than drawing no lands. What? Why are we up against Mythic number 170? What the hell, game? What? What? And he even goes first? What? What's happening? What the heck is happening? I really don't understand what just... What? What? Okay. Okay. Well. Okay. So we're going up against number 117 in the world. We keep up our Essence Scatter here in case that he's rogues. Or even something worse. What could be worse than rogues? What? What is with the matchmaking here? What is with the matchmaking? Makes no sense at all. So hopefully we'll find a land here. That kind of is a land. We get our Ominous Sea out. Let's see what he does here. Oh, he's big black. He is big black. Here is a Solemn Simulacrum. So we need a counter spell as soon as possible. Well, the Javari Disruption's kind of a counter spell. We can put a shark on the field. I like sharks, as you know. I like him. So he's on 6. Do we block this? He will draw a card. No, I don't think we block this. I will keep my shark for myself. Like a wizard keeping his secrets. Okay. Here's an Essence Scatter for your troubles. Yeah. Hopefully we draw a land here. Okay, that is a land. And if he wants to get in for 2 more damage, that is fine with me. I still have my Javari Disruption. And I will make a shark at end of turn. A Field of Ruin, eh? Trying to ruin me? Stealing my Essence Scatter? That is just rude. So rude. Dude. So rude. So I will draw here, make a shark. If he has a kill spell for the shark. I have a Storm's Wrath in hand. A land, very nice. But I would like another counter spell. The Midnight Clock. So, if he has Ugin now, and I think that he will use it, because who wants to see a Midnight Clock on the field? Who wants to see it? Tell me. Nobody does. So number 170 on the world ranking. Why are we playing you? Why are we playing you? He draws a card. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Is your Ugin ready? There it is. Not playing around the Javari Disruption. That is just too bad. Oh man. Just too bad for you. Not for me. So you can get in for 2 here. The race is on. The race is on. So we will play our big old shark here, our big old Kraken here. And if he has another Ugin in hand, he will have to use all his loyalty to take care of it. All of it. Well, with this you can't really get onto... Okay. Do you have a board wipe here? Let's see if he has a board wipe here. If he has, he loses all of this stuff like I will lose mine. But if he doesn't, we're fine. So is the extinction event. Okay, I kind of was expecting that. But now we can still hardcast our Shark Typhoon. Another Kiora Best Seagod? We will keep that. We will hardcast our Shark Typhoon here. What does he want to do? He can do nothing against that. And soon we have all of the sharks, all of the krakens, all of the... Yeah, that's also a kraken, but another one like the kraken here. So, if he plays anything here, we still have our Kiora Besta Seagod. Do you have another Ugin in hand? Doesn't look like it. Does not look like he has another Ugin. So what are we taking control of? I think this one is the most annoying. And we get a land for our troubles. So we play another Kiora here. I mean, why not? Gives us a big old shark. And a big old kraken. Oh yeah. Number 170 on the world rankings. I don't get it, but I'm fine with that. So do you have another extinction event? Do you have another Ugin in hand? Do you? Do you have another Ugin in hand? The Shadow's Verdict? Okay. That is fine with me. You still have ways to go. So, you're stealing something out of my graveyard here. I wish I would have drawn one more card. Would have been nice. Would have been freaking nice with the Ominous Sea. But, yeah. Next turn. Next turn. So, there is no need to do anything here. We will just chillax. Lean back. This looks pretty a-okay. We still have our Triumph. Okay. Well, that is fine with me. I will get a mountain. I can steal something else from you next turn. Oh, that is okay with me. But what do you have that you absolutely wanted to do that? Alright. We cycle here. And we draw another land. But we will make a Kraken here. Maybe we're lucky. And he doesn't have anything. Another Storm's Wrath. And we take care of his Castle Lochwain, so he can't draw cards anymore. We get in for hopefully 8 here. Do we? Do we get in for 8? We do get in for 8. Alright. Alright. And end of turn, of his turn, I will proc my clock, draw 7 cards, make another Kraken. Alright, even if he finds an Ugin here, we still have our whole midnight clock here. So he wants to steal my Kiora Besta Seagod. I don't like that. I absolutely don't like that. So I will shuffle it back into my library. I want that. And here it is. Here it is. Alright, Nyakamu. Number freaking 170 on the world ranking. Did we get you? Did we get you? End of turn, I will shock his face and have a nice little Shark Typhoon. Oh boy, I'm so excited. 170 on the world ranking. What the hell? What the hell? That is too crazy. Beating number 170 on the world ranking list is in grasp. So what do you have in hand? I mean, I will make another Ominous Sea Shark. Forsaken Monument. That is a little too late, my friend. I have another shark here. I do have another shark here. What do you have to gain so much life that you will survive? I did it! I did it! Number 170 on the world ranking. Take this. Who's 170 now? Who is it? It's MTG Malone. Nice. Oh boy, those games were hard fought. I had some really strange draws, only lands, no lands, whatever, but in the end, we got more wins than losses, and that is what counts. So, we even beat the number 170 in the world ranking. Get out of here. Hiya! Get out of here. I got you good. Got you good with my Krakens, and my Sharks, and my Hexproof Krakens. He had all the board wipes, but it wasn't enough. Ominous Sea is just such a nice card. We even got to hard cast our Shark Typhoon, and that is just the best. So, if you made it this far, I hope you like what I'm doing and you weren't just watching me out of pure spite, but if you did, good for you, I guess. At least you got entertained in your hatred, and that is something good. But if you made it this far, you obviously like what I'm doing, so I would really much appreciate it if you could help me get to the next big milestone of 150. We're almost there already. I can't believe it. It's all thanks to you. And leave a comment, leave a like, share this video with your friends, with your parents, show them how cool Magic the Gathering can be. Maybe your parents even showed you the game? Who knows? But yeah, I'm MTG Malone, and I will see you all tomorrow.